welcome. Episode 11, Drive Time. I wanted to record a couple of quick observations about a few ideas that have come up as of late about heroes and the heroic narrative. And this renaissance that we're in of superhero stories. They're everywhere. They're all around us. Probably always have been. My contention is that heroic narrative and superhero stories are and have been ab initio from the very beginning, part of the classical tradition. And I don't understand this reticence by traditional classicists to embrace comic books or graphic novels or superhero stories that we enjoy in the movies and that are only getting more popular. It's like some form of kryptonite that they want to run away from or fail to recognize. But they are extremely important and polyvalent, and they penetrate our experience, our cultural experience. And what were heroes to the ancient Greeks? They were their, they provided their moral center, they provided stories, they provided the characters for their mythology, and they were extremely important. You're liable to, in archaic Greece, to be more than likely to be eating your dinner or flatware or drinking out of a cup that has Heracles on it, or Achilles, or Ajax, or Athena. What are the gods, for that matter? The gods are heroes. The gods are super heroic. And there are levels of heroes. There are some heroes that are more like regular men and women. There are some heroes that are fairly invisible as far as heroics are concerned, but they're part of the corpus. What is Heracles? Heracles is the man he's the heroic man who goes on to become a god. He achieves the super heroic status. So, and all the gods themselves, right? What do they have that makes them superheroes? They have powers, they have timai, they have honors, they have spheres of influence, recognizable symbols, recognizable patterns of action, and they're involved in stories and quests and narratives, things that we would all recognize. So whether it's Captain America and Iron Man, Hulk, or Black Widow, they are just as heroic as the ancient Greek version of Theseus, Perseus, Heracles, Achilles, Odysseus, and they all have these recognizable qualities. And the linkage is so simple, yet we fail to honor it, we fail to recognize it, and we disqualify it constantly. When I say we, I don't say traditional classicists. I don't. It's my particular area of fascination, my particular area of research and study. And whether we're talking about Michael Knight from Knight Rider in the 80s, or we're talking about Arrow from the CW series, or Flash, or we're looking at Hermes, or we're looking at Orpheus, or so on, the list is on and on. They are all extremely recognizable. They all have a corpus of powers and timai and recognizable symbols and a body of work. And I think in this renaissance, in this time now, when we're just getting to start to round the corner on heroic narrative and starting to figure out what it is and what it tells us, it's like a fish realizing that they are in water. It's a powerful cultural zeitgeist, and I constantly look for it. I'm fascinated by those commonalities, those patterns that we see in the ancient world and in the modern world. So keep watching, keep watching Batman and Superman, and keep watching Wonder Woman, and of course reading your myths and becoming familiar with the classical corpus and learning about the ancient gods of Greece and Rome and their comparative frameworks. If we're going to start with Gilgamesh, or we're going to go back into the Neolithic and talk about earth goddesses or whatever, they're all part of the same tree. And this trunk is heroic narrative. The whole tree is heroic narrative. It's the heroic complex. And we will recognize it. The more that we're looking for it, we'll recognize it again and again. And the types of media that we consume, the stories that we tell, and the symbols that we present and discuss. So those are just a couple of ideas that I had that I wanted to throw out there. And we will be talking more about these sorts of things and blogging about them, but it was just sort of on my mind. And that you know, we talk about the death of mythology, You know, well, there couldn't be a more full statement than that, right? It's alive and well, it's right in front of our face, and we're swimming in it right this very moment. So stay tuned, keep your eyes and ears open, and keep going to the movies, and keep reading. See you soon. Bye-bye.